Alright, people, brace yourselves because it's morphin time. In order to promote the new reunion film that's coming up on Netflix tomorrow, let's talk about the one that started it all for this big franchise, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, in this TV log right now.
This is a Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews TV log.
Greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to as the Big D, back again with a TV log. And today I'm going to be focusing on a show that I grew up with as a teen. This was a show I had come to love over the years. While I didn't watch many of its follow-ups, except maybe for the second one, but I probably won't get into those just yet. But anyway, I can't believe it's just about been 30 years since this show first premiered. I've decided to celebrate its 30th anniversary early, since the new telefilm, or should I say Netflix reunion film, is coming up. And it's a more phenomenal show. So here it is. I bring to you the one, the only Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was a fun-filled, action-packed show that featured a group of teens that become superheroes to take on various baddies. It originally premiered on the Fox network in August of 1993 and was produced by Saban. This is the show that started off the big Power Rangers craze. Well, this was the first entry of the Power Rangers franchise and became a pop culture phenomenon of the 1990s, along with a large line of toys, action figures, and other merchandise. The show adapted stock footage from the Japanese TV series Kyoryu Sentai Zeo Ranger, which came out a year before that in 1992, which was the 16th installment of Toei's Super Sentai franchise. Now, the second and third seasons of the show drew elements and stock footage from Gosei Sentai Dai Ranger, I apologize if I mispronounce these, and then just Sentai Kako Ranger, respectively. Though the Zeo Ranger costumes were still used for the lead cast in these two seasons. Only the Mecha and the Kiba Ranger, White Ranger costume from Die Ranger were featured in the second season, while only the Kaka Ranger Mecha was featured in the third season, though the Kaka Ranger costumes were later used for the miniseries of Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers. And again, it was produced by Saban, and its show's merchandise was distributed and produced by Bandai. And the show was created by Haim Saban and Shuki Levy. Of course, their company Saban had already recently had some success on Saturday morning cartoons, and also they composed the 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 music to this. Well, co-composed anyway. Of course, Levy and Saban had recently composed the music for tunes such as Mr. T, He-Man, The Masters of the Universe, She-Ra, Princess of Power, let's see, Kid Video, Inspector Gadget, and a host of others. Well, it ain't gonna be that easy to explain and what have you, but I will say this was really something. Anyway, here's how the show started out when it premiered in 1993. The series takes place in the fictional town of Angel Grove, California. On an exploratory mission, two astronauts discover an extraterrestrial container referred to as a dumpster as a result of its smell and breach the unit, inadvertently releasing the evil alien sorceress Rhea Repulsa after 10,000 years of confinement. Yeah, being locked up in there. Upon her release, she and her army of evil space aliens set their sights on conquering the nearest planet, Earth. The wise sage Zordon, who was responsible for capturing Rhea, and also being enemies on his homeworld, Eltar. Lair becomes aware of this and orders his robotic assistant, Alpha 5, who is the comic relief of the show, well, one of those anyway, to select 5 teenagers with attitude to defend the Earth from Ria's attacks. The 5 chosen teens are Jason Lee Scott, Kimberly Hart, Zach Taylor, Trini Kwan, and Billy Cranston. Zordon gives them the ability to transform into a superhuman fighting force known as the Power Rangers. This provides them with formidable abilities and an arsenal of weapons, as well as colossal assault vehicles called Zords, which can combine into a giant humanoid machine known as the Megazord. Now, the series begins with the 5 teams combating Rhea and her seemingly endless array of monsters, while also dealing with typical teenage problems and most notably clashing with local bullies Bulk and Skull, who are also a bit of comic relief. However, consecutive failures lead Rhea to adopt a new method for conquering Earth and destroying the Rangers by attacking them with one of their own. Using her magic, Rhea kidnaps and brainwashes a local teen whose fighting skills prove to equal that of Jason in a martial arts tournament held in Angel Grove. His name, Tommy Oliver. He passes Rhea's test, becoming the Green Ranger. And of course, Tommy Oliver is played by the late great Jason David Frank, who I'm sorry I didn't want to show a picture of him before I did the video, but I'm respectfully dedicating this TV log in memory of him, whom of course we sadly lost before last year was over with. So apparently, he becomes evil and entrusted with Rhea's sword of darkness. And thus he comes close to defeating the Rangers after sabotaging the command center. And let me tell you, yeah. But after all this, he soon breaks free of Rhea's spell and chooses to use his Green Ranger powers to assist the Rangers in defeating the evil with his Dragon Zord. Now, I almost did forget about the original 5s. Well, powers and their Dino powers. Of course, Zack's has Mastodon, Kimberly, Pterodactyl, Billy, Triceratops, Tree, Saber-tooth Tiger, Jason, Tyrannosaurus. As time goes on, Rhea focuses on eliminating Tommy to regain the powers that she believes belong to her, using a special wax that was touched by Tommy when he was evil. Now she uses a magic green candle to slowly remove his powers, returning them to her. In the end, he loses his powers, but he prevents Rhea from reclaiming them by transferring them to Jason, who, feeling guilt for failing to protect Tommy's powers, accepts them. But Tommy later returns to the team when the other Rangers' power coins, which that's given to them for their morphers, are handed over to Rhea in exchange for their kidnapped parents. But with Zoran's help, Tommy regains his powers and successfully retrieves the other Rangers' power coins. So anyway, for that start, it would become a big success for the Fox network and would air 6 days a week, weekdays and Saturdays. Then, after the success of that, we got a second season where now we got a new threat in the form of the cruel Lord Zed, which was a much more scarier villain than Rhea, which really kind of caused controversy with parents and what have you. Zed takes her place and throws her into a space dumpster again, and then begins his own campaign to conquer Earth. In order for the Rangers to compete with Zed's monsters, which are superior to the ones Rhea's colleague Finster made, Zordon and Alpha upgrade the Dinozords which had been destroyed into much more powerful Thunder Zords, which combine into the Thunder Megazord. But Tommy is forced to retain the use of his Dragon Zord due to his Green Ranger powers being too weak to support a new Zord. But after several defeats, Zed's attacks on the Rangers progressively become more violent and focuses on attention to eliminating Tommy. Yes. But later on in the series, well, Zed succeeds. But following the loss of Green Ranger's powers, Zora and Alpha create in secret a new White Ranger to aid the other Rangers in battle, who is revealed to be Tommy, who in addition receives a new Zord called the Tiger Zord, and also becomes the new leader of the Power Rangers, replacing Jason. Later on, during the Team Ninja trials in Angel Grove, the teens become friends with three new teenagers from Stone Canyon: Rocky DeSantos, Adam Park, and Aisha Campbell. And soon the three encounter the Rangers and discover their identities. Much despite what Bulk and Skull would do to reveal to the world and fail every time. But anyway, the three newcomers became allies of the Rangers. Later on, Jason, Zach, and Trini are selected to represent Angel Grove at the World Peace Conference in Geneva, Switzerland, and the Rangers are faced with the task of finding replacements. So, they had to find the Sword of Light. So, they managed to find and choose the three newcomers. Rocky becomes the Red Ranger, Adam becomes the Black Ranger, and Aisha becomes the Yellow Ranger. But before this, Rhea had returned to Earth when Tommy made his debut as the White Ranger and fell into the hands of Bulk and Skull, but the Rangers sent her back. But soon she later returns to the moon while the Rangers are gone in Australia, gets a makeover, and uses a love potion on Zed, who is in deep sleep during his centennial re-evilizer, and they soon get married. In the third season, in 1995, Rhea's skeletal brother, Rio Revolto, shows up and destroys the Thunder Zords and Tiger Zords. As a result, the Dinosaurs are destroyed and the Power Coins are damaged beyond repair. Undaunted, the Power Rangers seek the aid of Ninja, alleged creator of the Power Coins, who gives them new Ninja Coins, providing them with the even more powerful Ninja Zords, which combine into the Ninja Megazord and the Falcon Sword. Which, of course, that same year would also be referenced in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie released by 20th Century Fox. Then, an Australian girl named Catherine Hillard moves to Angel Grove. She befriends Kimberly and displays an intense affection for Tommy. Later, it's found out that Rhea had captured Catherine and put her under a powerful spell, giving her the ability to transform into a cat as well as a cat-like monster. Under this, she steals Kimberly's coin, vastly weakening and nearly killing the Pink Ranger, whose life force, like that of the other Rangers, is connected to her ninja coin. It is during this time that the Rangers acquired their most powerful Zords, the Shogun Zords, which combine into the Shogun Megazord. Eventually, Catherine overcomes the spell and returns the coin to Kimberly. A short time after, Kimberly gets a chance to pursue her personal athletic dreams. With Zoran's blessings, she leaves to train for the Pan Global Games, choosing Catherine to replace her as the Pink Ranger. And well, more bells came on. After several more bells, Zan and Rhea are joined by Master Vile, Rhea's father. Following his failed attempts to defeat the Rangers, he reverses time, turning the Rangers into powerless children, which of course, I know Zed tried that before and failed. These events culminate in the miniseries Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers and lead to the next incarnation of the franchise, Power Rangers Zeo. But that's it. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot during this time, Bulk and Skull would also become policemen. Now, here's the characters and what have you. Playing Jason is Austin St. John, whom I found out he's actually on YouTube. As a matter of fact, I've encountered his YouTube channel, but I haven't really watched much of his stuff. But anyway, Zach is played by Walter Jones, who I more recently got to see him make a cameo appearance in the House Party reboot remake, which came out earlier this year. Billy is played by David Yost. Trini Kwan is played by the late Doi Trang, whom sadly died a few years back in a car accident. Kimberly is played by Amy Jo Johnson, who of course will become a pretty big star after this. Later go on to appear on shows like Felicity and let's see. Oh, what else did she do? Oh yeah, and Flashpoint. And of course, Tommy is played by the late great Jason David Frank, who of course became one of my favorites aside from Jason because Tommy had all the moves and what have you with his kicks and punches and what have you. Oh yeah, and especially when the Rangers are encountered by the Putty Patrols. That's another act I forgot to mention. They will have random encounters. They'll take them out till they disappear in the first season. In the second season, when Lord Zed comes out, you have to punch the Z in the center, and boom, they blow up, break apart. And then soon in the last season, they take on these winged bird-like creatures called the Tengu Warriors, just like in the movie. All right, back to the Rangers. Playing Rocky is Steve Cardenas. M is played by Johnny Young Bosch, who's actually lent his voice to several anime series. Karen Ashley plays Aisha, and Catherine Sutherland plays Kat, as she calls herself. Anyway, now Zordon is voiced by and portrayed by David Fielding, and then later voiced by Robert L. Monahan. Alpha 5 is portrayed by Sandy Selner and is voiced by Richard Stephen Horvitz. Next up is the Bullies. We have Paul Schreier as Farkas Bulkmeyer and Jason Narvey as Eugene Skullovich, or Skull for short. Yes, that's when I found out what their last names were. Bulkmeyer and Skullovich. Now those were some memorable names, you know. Let's see. Richard Janelle plays Ernie, owner and proprietor of the youth center, who is often seen behind the counter of the juice bar, and sometimes dispense advice to the teens. Let's see. Henry Cannon plays Mr. Kaplan, the principal of Angel Grove High, but he was uncredited. Same thing with Miss Appleby, a teacher, played by Royce Heron. And there's lots of others as well. Now, in the third season, we will also get introduced to a later Saban series, Masked Rider, which I'll do that in the future Saturday morning Tvlog since that aired on Saturday mornings, unlike the series that came out after Power Rangers' success, which was the syndicated VR Troopers, which aired 5 days a week, just like Power Rangers would do. Let's see. We have Rhea Repulsa, voiced by Barbara Goodson. She's portrayed by Machiko Soga in the first season and Carla Perez onward. Lord Zed is portrayed by Ed Neal, who is uncredited, and voiced by Robert Axelrod, whom we sadly lost in 2019. Now, there's other baddies as well. Most notably, one of them is Goldar, a manticore-themed creature who is the main henchman of Rita's. Scorpina, yeah, and often parts with Goldar, who becomes a scorpion-themed monster when enlarged. Rita will throw her scepter down to make the monster grow. Lord Zeg makes a potion, and sometimes the scepters of both Zed and Rhea would cross to make the monsters grow. That's just how it goes. Others monsters include Finster, whom I've mentioned, Squat, and Babu. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, I will tell you that all these characters are really good, and I liked them. Let's see. Oh yeah, there's Greg Bullock. He plays police lieutenant Stone. Lieutenant Stone with the Angel Grove Police Department. Yeah. Believe me, I think My Morphin Power Rangers was so incredible from once it ran. It ended in 1995 after a total of 145 episodes were produced and aired. Now, the first 32 of season 160 episodes were remade and aired as, well, just simply Power Rangers on ABC Kids after Mr. Saban reacquired the franchise from Disney and took over the rights in 2002. Now, of course, the Power Rangers franchise is now under license at Nickelodeon. And, well, the same year the third season started, we got My Morphin Power Rangers, the movie, which might have not quite done so well at the box office, but still was one of my favorite guilty pleasures, though. It was later followed by a follow-up called Turbo, a Power Rangers movie in '97, which would lead into the third series, Power Rangers Turbo. But anyway, I mean, despite the success of the series, it was also subject to much controversy for parents who felt the show was too violent. Yep. But nevertheless, it was still a success. Whew. The show later got re-aired on Fox and ABC Family before it became Freeform. Even Toon Disney, which was weird, part of their Jetix block, and ABC Kids for a short time, as I mentioned. They also returned for the Teen Nicks, the 90s. They're not the 90s are all that in order to celebrate the show's 20th anniversary a decade ago. Now, it has been released on video cassette, DVD from Shout Factory, and then of course there would well, the show is currently available to stream on Netflix. You can also find episodes on the official Power Rangers well, the Power Rangers YouTube channel. I just found out there's a Power Rangers YouTube channel. There would also be numerous games based on the series. I have the actual Power Rangers game for Super Nintendo as well as the movie game. There's also other titles, including, well, Power Rangers games for the Game Boy, the Genesis, the Game Gear, Sega CD. There'd also be the My Morphin Power Rangers Fighting Edition, Power Rangers Super Legends. Let's see, and the Mega Battle game, and Legacy Wars, and Battle for the Grid. Oh yeah, there would even be comic books. So anyway, I think this is just so much of a good show. I really did enjoy it for what it had to offer and what have you. Give me a moment. I might as well show you some pics. Here's a look at the original cast for the first season and for the first bit of season 2. Yeah, I think you know who these people are and what have you just by their uniforms, you know. Here's a look at the later cast when they brought Rocky, and Aisha into the group. And here's the third version, but with Cat, and why have you taken Kimberly's place? Yeah, I like all these guys, just for different reasons, though. Now, Sorry, I'm just gonna give you pictures of the Power Rangers. If you want to see the others, then you're gonna have to watch the show if you haven't seen it. But if you haven't, shame. Watch my Morphin Power Rangers. Trust me, you're gonna love it. I'm sure a lot of you have seen it. So anyway, if you have seen the actual Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, please feel free to let me know what you thought about in the comment section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Now, before I end this, now again, I can't guarantee you I will talk about the other Power Rangers series because I soon lost interest about just a little early into Turbo once the original, once the others had originals, plus later Yellow Ranger Tanya left. No hard feelings. So anyway, I really do love the show. I know it's been some time since I last saw it, and I'm hoping for the best. We'll get to see. We'll see what this here new little movie Netflix has got coming up once and always. And I will be reviewing that in my next video. So again, please like, subscribe, and comment on this, okay? And now I shall finish this. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, check out these reviews of these other films. In the upper left hand corner is my review of, well, a recent fun-filled heroic flick, that being the show, well, there'll be movies, Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Among Thieves. Great movie. You gotta check out if you haven't. Or if you'd like, go to the upper left hand corner and see my re-review of Shazam from 2019. Or if you'd like, I probably won't do a re-review of it yet, but go to the bottom left hand corner and see my review of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie. And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Oh yeah, and I will review the Power Rangers 2017 movie real soon as well, okay? So until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.